15 minutes. That's how long we have before that refund button disappears. So the question is, can we determine whether or not it's a game worth our time when we give it its 15 minutes of game? Hey everybody, Macktion here, and we're going to look at Zombie City Defense. It's a new, loose-form tower defense app that costs $1.50, and it's not too bad at first glance. It has a simple premise. The zombies are coming. Now you will need to manage your resources and expand to capture better defensible positions, factories, and recruiting depots. These will expand your production possibilities through both better resources and more feet on the ground. Each unit has unique strengths and weaknesses, and every unit can be both healed while out in the field and upgraded for better damage and defense. In-app purchase warning. The currency in the game is technology points, and every mission, win or lose, will give you more. The infinite mode is a good option to grind for more technology points, FYI, and with your technology points you can unlock new units, vehicles, or buy better starting conditions for that level. But the in-app purchase alert is because you can purchase more technology points with real money. So far I really haven't seen the need for it, but I'm not too far into the game, so perhaps that'll change later. Now I do have to say though that I love the aesthetic. It feels like you're playing a simulation with its Tron color scheme and electroluminescent wireform structures. The camera sure adds to this feeling, and if you go to the extreme sides, you can actually see mock-ups of display panels. They're purely decorative at this moment though, but it certainly gives the feel that you're actually hovering over a tabletop, and this three-dimensional hologram is what you're playing. It's a very fun take on tower defense, although it doesn't fit so neatly into that category. Probably more strategy is where we should call it. But between the camera and the reasonably large maps, it has a very open-world flavor, even though it's really far from it. The difficulty curve seems pretty reasonable as well. Now, one thing that was rather jarring is that the first mission is the tutorial. This is not what I was expecting. The standard is usually a warm-up before the zombies show up, whereas this just starts throwing zombies at you, with helpful hints along the way, of course. Not bad per se, just disorienting. For all of its good aspects, it's not without vice. A solid negative thing about the game is that it has a control issue, where it's really tough to move one unit to close proximity of another. Most of the time you just wind up selecting the other unit where you wanted the previous unit to go. The only certain way to move two units to the same place is to move both to an unoccupied area. Another issue is pathfinding. The game will move your units, and most of the time does a good job of finding a reasonably fast path based on where you selected. However, in close quarters, don't be surprised when it pathfinds through the edge of an infested building and all manner of ghouls come pouring out. An annoyance, to be sure. Lastly, the missions can last a long time. If you don't become adept at the usage of the pause and fast-forward functions, it can take an hour or more to beat a mission. This is not so much a negative as it is a warning. You need to learn to use that, and it will greatly increase your enjoyment of the game. All things considered, this was a great game, and I would probably recommend it, even with its issues, if it were priced at, say, as high as $3. As is, I think it's a great game for $1.50, and I expect that the items I didn't care for will be addressed soon, as the developer seems very active in responding to the players. During my recording of this, for example, they had pushed an update that added autosaves to help improve with play and put away appeal that people were saying was an issue. So that's Zombie Defense, and it certainly passes the test. I'm gonna hang on to this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and if you have, a comment or a like would be most appreciated. It's your feedback that lets me know how to best allocate my time to the things that you guys want to see. If you click on any of the links around here, you'll be taken to a playlist with more of that particular brand of madness. And be sure to subscribe so that you always know when I've got some new content out. Thanks again, and I'll see you around.